Hey, Miker. I've got my mic working and my speakers working, but my mic will only pick up my uke, and it's probably not very good audio. So, but I can play videos now with with audio that works. No, not a new camera. Is it clearer? Does it look better somehow? I changed my lamp. I turned on my little lamp because the other one was too bright or something. How are you doing? It's another cloudy, coldish day. For some reason it feels colder inside than it actually is. I guess just the damp. I was looking for things to play today, and I ran across an old one of my friend from Ottawa, a couple of friends from Ottawa, Tony D, the guitar player, and Suzie Vinnick, singer and bass player, and she plays guitar, and she's a songwriter too, from way back in the 90s. Maybe the clouds and rain make it. No. I'm not near a window. Fergus took a look outside today and looked up at me with that look they have, like, why did you make it cold and wet outside? I want to go out. Turn the sun on, Mom. Sorry, Fergus. So he didn't even go outside today. His precious little paws needed to stay dry. All the better for scratching with, eh? Yeah, so I found this video of Tony and Suzie back in the 90s. I thought I'd play that. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike. It was from CJOH Television in Ottawa. Tony was really good about that, getting out there onto the radio and TV and stuff. I don't know if he made the effort or if they approached him or if it was mutual, but he was often on TV back then. Local TV, at least. Boy, there's some impressive elbows up rallies going on around Canada too. And Mike Myers did a commercial with Mark Carney. Have you seen that? I'll play that when we get a couple of people here. Under 7 seconds. Yeah. Well, let me try playing it anyway.
The best choices here on CJOH Cable 7.
Heaven, please send to all mankind understanding and a little peace of mind. If it's not asking you too much, please send me someone to love, someone to love. Now let's show this world how to get along, and peace will enter all is set down. If it's not asking you too much, please send me someone new love. No unawake night found this world in trouble, but my answer was always the same. But if I could put an end to this devilish concern before he takes with this world in a flame. But my answer was always the same. But if I could put an end to this devilish concern before he takes with this world in a flame, I know I don't beg for your misery. Don't beg for your sympathy, love. If it's not asking you too much, please send me someone to love.
Ottawa's own Tony D Band and Suzie Vinnick. Good to see you, Anna. Yeah, we're all not happy with the state of things and trying to not get too upset. That's Suzie Vinnick. She's from Saskatchewan. She's from Saskatoon, but she came to Ottawa, and I worked with her at Friends of the Earth for a couple of years. Really, really good, solid person, sweet as anything. And she actually sang the Tim Hortons jingle. Always time for Tim Hortons. That was her. I saw her a couple of years. She came through here at Harrison Hot Springs, about a half-hour drive west of here, with an Australian guitarist, a singer. His name escapes me, and yeah, that was the first time I'd seen her since 1997 or 6. It was great to see her and hear her again. She's been touring and putting out CDs and stuff. Doing really well. Let me see if I can find something recent of hers. 8 years ago. Let me see, something must be more recent than 8 years ago. Oh, and my other friend from Ottawa, the trombone player, singer, crooner, Steve Burnt, will be putting out his new music video soon. But meanwhile, he's been doing some a cappella tunes in the park. Okay, here's a year ago. Hang on. They're sending Usha to Greenland? Good grief. Dave! Hang on. How you doing, Dave? I hope you're feeling a little less pain from your ankle and so on. Good one. Another one? Okay. Yes, I'm trying to center it. Doesn't quite fit. From the stock market to inflation to consumer prices and wages, 10 economic indicators reveal how America's doing after 2 months of Trumponomics. Yeah. I mean, this is... Vlad is like creaming his jeans over all of this insanity. Okay, let's play a little Suzie Vinnick. Yeah, loving watching Tesla plummet while he's balancing silverware on his fucking pinky finger. The world is about to crash. His world.
Baby, we had a little quarrel. We had ourselves a little fight. If I have to beg or steal or borrow, I'll make it up to you tonight. Oh, whoa, whoa. All day long I have been thinking about a way to make it right. 'Cause honey, I love boat is sinking. Let me make it up to you tonight. Lovers Think of the loving we will be missing. While bitter tears they blind our sight. I just can't live without your kissing. Let me make it up to you tonight. Whoa, whoa. Whiteley, everybody. And down. Now hand in hand we must work until we turn this thing around. Oh, think of the loving we will be missing. While bitter tears they blind our sight. I just can't live without your kissing. Let me make it up to you tonight. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me make it up, yeah. Let me make it up. Let me make it up to you tonight. All right. Jesse Whiteley, Kevin Bright, and Russ Boswell, and Davide Renzo.
Oops. Sorry. Good to see you, Pro, Jim, Dave. Yeah, I gotta say, I kind of agree with Jim there. Not quite ready to throw out 200 years of good bathwater over one orange turd. Pro asks if we'd be happy to join the EU. Mike said it depends, and I said, yeah, I'd be happy with it, but I think, yeah, Jim's right, not right away. We kind of got to see how far this shit goes. Dave said, Anna, I'd rather watch a 2-hour flat earth documentary than 2 minutes of Trump explaining which new basic word he learned this week that nobody's ever heard of it before. Yeah, like, well, nobody talks about how Canada apparently has put 400% tariffs on something that he says nobody talks about, because what? Oh, thank you, Anna. Already they're kind of hard to see out of. My eyes are getting worse. I really have to make a real optometrist appointment. I've just been getting by with the cheaters from the drugstore. Yeah, my good future thought for food would take at least 10 years anyhow, Pro says. Groceries for $100. This type of store requires you to show ID to buy groceries. Yeah, 3 apples. So yeah, she had to put one back in the refrigerator. Oh, yeah. I mean, these are high-level comedy things he says if it wasn't so fucking horrible. What else did I have to show you? Well, I had that Mark Carney, Mike Myers ad. Oh, yeah, wow, congratulations to the 21st Century Suffragettes channel. They reached 1,000 subs on episode 106. Right on. Proud of them. Where's my playlists? Hang on.
Out existing trade relationships that are functioning quite well, and I mean.
Oh, come on now.
Let's go.
I never get these videos lined up right. Here we go.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mike Myers, what are you doing here? I just thought I'd come up and check on things.
You live in the States.
Yeah, but I'll always be Canadian.
But you live in the States.
Yeah, so? Do you remember Mr. Dressup, the children's show on CBC? What were the names of Mr. Dressup's 2 puppet friends? Casey and Finnegan?
Bud,
Spud?
Howie,
Meeker?
capital of Saskatchewan.
Regina?
Tragically.
Pip?
You're a defenseman, defending a 2-on-1. What do?
Take away the pass, obviously.
What are the 2 seasons in Toronto?
Winter and construction?
Wow. You really are Canadian.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
Yep, so the election's been called for April 28th here in Canada, and Carney is running for the riding of Nepean in the Ottawa region, which is kind of a surprise because everybody expected him to run for a riding in Alberta, in the Edmonton region, because that's basically where he's from, though he was born in the Northwest Territories. Paul, cheers to you! Elbows up! We're not quite gone over the boards yet, but we could at any moment. Let me grab one of the videos of the Elbows Up rallies in Toronto. I mean, this is just, you know, you
I've invited President Zelensky to the G7. I look forward to hosting them in Canada in June. There are a host of other measures that we are taking as part of the coalition willing to support that. And it also includes economic opportunities with respect.
Oh no. Yeah, you guys don't understand how unusual this is for Canadians to be out there, rah, 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 doing this nationalist kind of movement. I mean, this is a huge deal up here. And it doesn't mean we're anti-American.
Our objective today continues to...
We're anti-Trumpism and anti-American annexation. Unless it's some of the better states. California, well, basically the coastal states are fine.
We don't need to kick and scream and say we're the best. We can just be the best. This country is the greatest country in the world. Don't ever forget it. We will never be the 51st state, and we gotta fight for it, though. Elbows up, everybody!
That's Canadian comedian and actor Sean Majunger speaking outside of Toronto City Hall this afternoon. He was one of the speakers at today's Elbows Up rally. It was a chance for Canadians from the Toronto area to show their national pride amidst the trade war and threats by Donald Trump. And we're now joined from Toronto City Hall by Peter Wall, organizer of the Elbows Up rally. Peter, nice to chat with you.
Hi, Deanna. Nice to be on.
Peter, there's been a lot of attention on these Elbows Up rallies. They seem to be growing in size. Are you surprised by the sheer enthusiasm from Canadians?
I'm not surprised, Deanna. Listen, I think we're all feeling something in this country right now. I think we're frustrated. I think we are, concerned. I think we're a little bit angry. And when you're going through something like that, it's natural to want to come together. And so, we're by holding these events, we are giving a space for people to come together and have this kind of common experience and to be able to share. And today was a little bit, frustrating and people have felt all the emotions, but it was mostly, to be honest, joyful. It was really quite an energizing experience, I think, for people who came.
So definitely, as you said, joyful, maybe therapeutic, cathartic experience for people who are there. What difference do you think rallies like this can make in the tensions between Canada and the U.S., which certainly seem at the worst point that they've been in our generation?
I think there's a couple things that rallies like this achieve. I think one is that they give people a chance to channel their energy. Instead of like swiping and screaming, it gives people a chance to do something and to be active and to be in community. And I think all that's really important. In terms of the messaging, outward towards the United States, that's something we can't control. Ultimately, this is not really about saying to America, we don't like you. This is about saying to Canadians, we've got something great that is amazing, that is worth protecting. And in terms of the Americans, we do love the Americans. Like, they're our closest friends, our neighbors, our allies. This is not about being anti-American. It's just about protecting Canada and recognizing that we've got something pretty unique here.
So I want to ask you a little bit more about that because you said it's not an anti-American movement per se. What do you see, I guess, as the main issues between the two countries, and how does your movement address them beyond, as you said, being very, pro-Canadiana and not being anti-American?
Listen, I think that Canada and the United States share a lot. You know, we share a lot of cultural things. We watch each other's, we watch American television, we listen to American music, we talk like Americans to a certain extent. But we're also quite different. You know, I think we have some fundamentally different values. Obviously things like universal health care, et cetera. There's just some obvious things that are different. And so I think that Canadians are now standing up and saying, hey, America, great, you're doing your thing, and but we want to be able to keep doing our thing because we really love being Canadian.
How do you see, I mean, it's very much a movement of the moment. How do you see your movement changing if the tensions between U.S. and Canada continue to evolve or worsen, I guess, is the word I'm trying to avoid saying?
Listen, I think it's super hard to predict the future. I just don't, obviously, particularly with the current administration in the White House, we don't know what's going to happen in 2 weeks. We don't know what's going to happen on April 2nd. So 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line. I mean, this already feels like we've been doing this for years right now. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know that if Canadians are feeling like they're being threatened or they're being bullied or, there's threats of annexation, Canadians are going to stand up. And that's what we did together here today, and it felt great to do it.
Tell me, obviously we're on the eve of the election call. The leaders are already campaigning. Certainly all the leaders of the major parties really leaning into that sense of patriotism that this moment has produced. What message are you sending, what message do you want to send to leaders as they embark on the election campaign about maybe something that you've gleaned as you talk to people who are attending your rallies across the country?
I think one of the great things about these events is that Canadians are feeling more united than we've ever felt before. This is the silver lining in all of this is that it's brought us together with a common meaning and a common purpose, which is to celebrate this amazing country that we have. One of the core values of our movement is that we are nonpartisan. And so it doesn't matter what party you belong to. We've had, folks in attendance and on the stage from all sorts of different parties. We also are not having politicians come up on stage other than the mayor of the municipality or city that we're holding a rally in. Because this is above politics. This is really not about party politics at all.
Peter, thank you so much for that. And I know that there's lots more action to happen at Elbows Up rallies. Really appreciate you sharing your time with us.
Thanks, Deanna.
Peter Wall is a co-organizer of the Elbows Up rallies.
Yeah, I heard Jim Cuddy was at one of those rallies. I guess the one in Toronto, maybe another one out west. Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo. Yeah. Dave says, the stream seems fine on your phone, but keeps chucking in a spaz on the TV. And your TV doesn't have Control-Alt-Delete. Panic. Oh no, Dave. Aw, that sucks. Elbows up Trump's ass. How about some Canadian quiz questions? I'm too stoned to think of any. Here's Jim. I just want to find out if that already happened or if it's coming up. Join. Okay, he was at the Toronto rally. So this is an interview before the rally, so I won't bother playing it. Oh, here's one, Coast to Coast. You heard about those Canadian...
From coast to coast, Canadians are looking to show national pride at Elbows Up rallies.
On their way to a gig.
Guess all good things come to an end, but we used to.
Oh, I forget their names. Right. If you want to, go for it, Pro. If not, it's okay. No pressure.
From coast to coast, Canadians are looking to show national pride at Elbows Up rallies.
Guess all good things come to an end, but we used to be the best of friends.
Folk icon Jim Cuddy will be among performers at an event planned in Toronto this weekend. On the set list is his new song, We Used to Be Friends, about the deteriorating relationship between Canada and the U.S. since President Donald Trump launched a trade war. The rally follows a large Elbows Up gathering in Ottawa earlier this month. There are plans in the works for more events in cities like Calgary, Vancouver, and Halifax.
There was a stunning moment out of Canada earlier today. Member of Parliament Charlie Angus delivered a powerful speech urging Canadians not to travel to the United States. Angus emphasized that it's far too dangerous for people to travel to the United States because of all these illegal detentions that the Trump administration are doing, like how they are kicking people off the streets and sending them to El Salvadorian prisons. Watch this powerful speech from Charlie Angus, and to hear more from Charlie Angus, check out our interview with him on the Midas Touch podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Over the last 3 months, our nation has faced an unprecedented threat from our nearest neighbor. A threat to our borders, a threat to our sovereignty, a threat to our very right to exist as an independent, democratic nation. Donald Trump thought we were going to be an easy mark, that we'd be a pushover. Oh, how wrong he was. And now Canada standing up to him has made Canada the front line in the defense against the MAGA ideology. So no wonder Donald Trump and MAGA are feeling pretty angry at Canada. But what concerns me is the targeting of Canadian citizens who are crossing the border to work or to visit. We have seen too many stories of citizens being pulled out of airport lines and being fingerprinted and deported as though they were criminals. Citizens being kidnapped through illegal detention by ICE. And it's not just Canadians. We see the attack on backpackers, students, doctors, professors. I'm here today to say to Canadians to avoid travel to the United States if at all possible, and to call our government to stand up for our Canadian citizens who are being denied their rights by arbitrary detention in the United States today. Canada must stand up for our citizens and for the rule of law. Because what we're seeing, for example, with cops pulling over the folk duo Cassie and Maggie to harass them for being Canadian, is not the actions of a democratic nation. People's phones are being seized and searched for any kind of incriminating evidence that they're somehow progressive or woke. That's not the actions of a democratic nation. That is the creep of totalitarianism. That is the creep of fascism, and we need to call that out.
That's the Donald Trump effect. That's the effect of Trumpism. Our closest ally, our neighbor, the country with which we share the world's longest land border, demilitarized land border. Generations of positive relationships. And now their government is urging them not to come here because we can't be trusted. We can't be trusted in trade. This president could get a wild hair up his ass on any given morning and decide to piss off on a trade deal that he signed off on.
treaty that we signed with them. We just talked about that. Trump was never one to really honor contracts anyway. And now tourists can't be trusted. We can't be trusted to just not snatch tourists off the streets. What MAGA has done to this country is one of the darkest stains and one of the most grotesque areas in American history. We are seeing what happened in Central Europe in the 20s and 30s creep its way into American politics. Totalitarian fascism. It's here. It's fascism. It's Project 2025. It's here. Do you need a reason to go out and vote in the special elections in New York and Florida next month? Here you go. I don't know. Are you guys aware that there are special elections for 3 House seats? 2 in Florida, 1 in New York. Those are people that Donald Trump pulled out of Congress, pulled out of the House of Representatives to try and have serve in his administration. Some serve in his administration now. Some, like Matt Gaetz, had to resign in this race and go back to Florida and, I guess, go do some cameo. If the Democrats win those 3 seats, we take control of the House of Representatives. Hakeem Jeffries is the Speaker of the House, not Ron Johnson, and at least his economic agenda can be stopped in the House. If we lose these 3 special elections, the next chance is 2026 in the midterms. Fascism is here. And now our closest allies can't even come here and visit us because we can't be trusted. I don't know how you can be ashamed by that.
Yeah, that's a pretty sobering stuff, isn't it? Why, PA, is it too depressing? Oh, your PC was making background static sounds. It's probably because I didn't turn my mic off while I was playing that. I was moving around and doing stuff. Sorry, eh? Okay, well, let's see if I can find some Canadian quiz stuff. I bet I get a lot of it wrong. Okay, let's just... The Canadian Encyclopedia Canada Quiz. Create your quiz. Choose the difficulty level. Easy, medium, hard. Okay, let's go with easy. How many questions? Let's go with 5. If we want to keep going, we will. Okay. Question number 1. An inukshuk is typically made of what material? The options are wood, fabric, stone, or plastic. An inukshuk is typically made of wood, fabric, stone, or plastic. Jim gets the win with stone. Correct answer is stone. I could show you a picture of one. Sometimes they're made of ice. Why is the next question not coming up? Oh, okay. What landform sits between British Columbia and Alberta? The Rocky Mountains, the Canadian Shield, Great Lakes, or the prairies? Anyone? Between British Columbia and Alberta. That's in the west. Well, I'm torn between Rockies or Canadian Shield. I'm going to go with Rockies. Yep. All right. Everybody who said Rockies is right. Next question. What great engineering feat was completed in 1885 with the hammering of the last spike? Canadian Pacific Railway, First Transcontinental Railroad, the Reading Railroad, or the Canadian National Railway? That's kind of tough. I'm not sure myself. Great engineering feat completed in 1885 with the hammering of 1885. I'm going to go with First Transcontinental. Jim says the Canadian Pacific. Oh, I was wrong. So it was the CPR. Jim gets the point. Okay, what animal is an official symbol of Canada? The hawk, the deer, the beaver, or the moose? I'm going to give you a hint, it's one of the last two. I'm going with beaver. The beaver's on a lot of emblems. Yep, the beaver. Okay, next question. I guess this is the last one too. Who was elected as Prime Minister in Canada's first federal election? Alexander Mackenzie, Sir John A. Macdonald, George Brown, or Sir Wilfrid Laurier? Canada's first Prime Minister. Alexander Mackenzie, John A. Macdonald, George Brown, or Sir Wilfrid Laurier? I worked at the Chateau Laurier that he built for his wife, and it was turned into a hotel. Pro says Sasquatch. No idea? Jim and Mike with Sir John. Yeah, you guys are brilliant. Sir John is correct. Finish quiz. Woohoo! Well done, all of you. Well, this turned into an hour-long Canada commercial. That's okay. It's better than talking about what shit's been flung south of the border. Shit, ketchup, everything. Let me see if I can find that Jim Cuddy song, We Used to Be Friends. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike because it's kind of a song for the country.
Hello folks, Jim Cuddy here. Due to our troubles with our neighbors in the States, I was inspired to write a little song. It's called We Used to Be the Best of Friends. Eating our lunch on TV trays, watching the sitcoms night and day. Dick Van Dyke when you're sick in bed, he used to be the best of friends. Got sent home when Kennedy died, watched TV when Nixon lied. Watergate, Chappaquiddick, moon landings, we used to be the best of friends. Oh no, what went wrong? We used to be the singers in a two-part song. Guess all good things come to an end, but we used to be the best of friends. Listen to the boss sing Turnpike Blues. Sent you an anchor for your nightly news. Happy on the highway that never ends. You used to be the best of friends. Oh no, what went wrong? You used to be the singers in a two-part song. Guess all good things come to an end, but we used to be the best of friends. Yeah, we used to be the best of friends. Broke our hearts when the towers came down. Tears and blood pushed underground. Came down singing for the city to mend. You used to be the best of friends. Oh no, what went wrong? You used to be the singers in a two-part song. Guess all good things come to an end, but we used to be the best of friends. Lately there's been a storm on high. Things got bad and God knows why. Give us a call when the fever ends. You used to be the best of friends. Yeah, we used to be the best of friends. Oh, maybe we could be best friends again. Let's hope.
I was just saying all these wonderful words of hope and yes, thank you so much, Sean Treader, for bringing us that fantastic news at the end of the show. There is hope, and Jim, I live in hope. I'm in hope. BC, on the Lower Mainland. This is where I am. Shh. and I'm proud to be amongst such a great bunch of people. You guys are amazing from all over the world. We love you all. You know, things are crazy everywhere, like in Turkey even, where Gülen is, in Istanbul and Ankara, there's uprisings over the arrest of the opposition leader. Yeah, things are nuts, but I mean, real people, we're all real people. We're all in it together all over the world. We gotta fight for what's right, fight for each other, fight for ourselves. And fuck the billionaires and oligarchs that are trying to turn us all into peons. Never gonna happen. We'll win. Leslie Spears, no relation to Britney Spears. Do I know? No. Do they live in Hope too? Or just in BC in general? Only a population of 25 people thought I'd be interested. Oh, Luhansk is only 25 people? Anyhow, thank you guys. I love you all, and see you tomorrow on all the streams I can manage to be at. Near Hope, edge of mountain. Well, I'm a newbie here. I'll look for it. Cool. You know the place better than I do. All right. That's all for now. Thanks, guys. Bye. Where's my image? Here's my image. Bye.